Okay, welcome to the public meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals for Wednesday, March the 13th, 2019. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Nancy, please take the attendance.
Member Garrity?
Present.
Member Scalzo?
Present.
Member Palladino?
Present.
Member Jackman?
Present.
Member Fiore? Chairman Ringwald.
I am present. So tonight's meeting, we have the approval of the minutes of February the 13th. We have 242 White Plains Road, which is a return. 47 Rogers Street has been on our agenda for quite some time, so we are sending them a letter asking what their intentions are so that we can move forward with that one. 38 Pleasant Place is adjourned for the evening, and then we'll have 283 Marbledale Road. So let's start with the approval of the minutes of February 13th, 2019. Does anybody have any additions, deletions, questions? If not, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. 242 White Plains Road, the applicant present, please step forward. State your name for the record, please.
Good evening, Chair, members of the board, Louis Campana for the record.
Thank you, Louis. So are there any additions to the package that you presented to us for our review?
No additions, nothing has changed. We have also submitted the package from last meeting
Right,
to the board on February 21st, so.
right. So basically, we just got that extensive package. Thank you.
And the board has had the month to review the package as well.
No, we've had,
We only had
3 weeks, 2 weeks?
no, we just received the package was my point. You had.
When did
your
you
own
receive the package? When did you receive it? I'm
When
sorry.
we get the information, maybe about 10 days ago, roughly.
Okay. All right, I submitted on February 21st, a couple
Okay.
days after the hearing, so you guys would have time to review it.
All right. Well, we had some time, but we need to hear from the public again tonight, close the public hearing, and then, digest the rest of the information so that we can vote at the following meeting. So we will not be voting this evening. I just want you to be aware of that.
That's understood, yes.
All right.
Are there any questions?
I have none. Questions? Questions?
No more questions currently.
Okay.
All right, thank you. You can have a seat. As mentioned, the public hearing is still open on this application. Is there anyone from the public who would like to comment regarding 242 White Plains Road? Please step forward. All right. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Maria Campana. I'm the owner and applicant of 242 White Plains Road. I'm a lifelong resident in this village, and we've lived in our home.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Could you just pull the mic closer to yourself? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good.
You're good.
We've been transparent with the town officials and board members from the start about our intentions in what we are seeking with this application. As you're aware, we purchased our home in 1987. In 1994, 6 years later, we hired Aristotle Bonanzos to survey our land to see if we had enough property to subdivide. In fact, it was, and a new survey was drafted for our future subdivision. 4 years later, in 1998, we hired architect Joseph Crocco to design an extension on our home. He was diligent in his design not to compromise the future rear lot. Mr. Crocco used the updated survey along with his plans to file for our permit with the village. Our permit was approved, issued, and our project began. Please keep in mind, during this time of construction, we were in constant communication with the building department and our architect, and there was never any discussion or mention that we should consider filing for approval of the subdivision prior to the upcoming zoning amendments. Our certificate of occupancy was issued in December of 1999. Unknown to us, July 1st, 1999, 6 months prior, a new zoning ordinance became effective. Our lives went on, all along believing we had this property in our backyard for our future. Fast forward about a year and a half ago, my husband and I decided to pursue our long-term plan and to build a home that would fit our current and future needs. Fortunate for us, we know a very talented and competent architect whom we've asked for his guidance and expertise to put our 25-year-long plan into motion. It is at this point in time we became aware that the zoning was drastically changed and the rug was pulled out from beneath us. Our once black and white future plans are now placed in a muddy gray area with many obstacles. We've been discussing this application now for approximately 10 months, and rightfully so, addressing questions and your concerns. Our architect has answered all your questions in great depth, with documents that back his responses to your questions, and with his extensive research, he has brought so much more valuable information to light. As you could imagine, we find it extremely difficult to believe how quickly an entire village zoning ordinance can be drastically changed and adapted with little to no knowledge or discussion from the community. Leaving Tuckahoe with the most restrictive zoning codes in comparison to all our neighboring towns and villages. Our architect demonstrated to this board how the Tuckahoe Village Master Plan and the new zoning ordinances do not coincide and are actually contradicting. You see, if we were to follow these new ordinances, they would cause nothing more than a detriment to not only my property, but also to my neighbors. But on the contrary, what we are proposing is to be granted relief from the new upzoning and allow us the reasonable variances that are needed in order to build a home that would fit in with the neighboring homes and enhance the landscape along White Plains Road, as Lewis demonstrated in his rendering and streetscape drawings. To our opposing neighbors, Michael and Eileen Beverly, we heard your concerns and disapproval of our intentions. We have met with you and made revisions, but nothing we proposed would satisfy you other than leaving our property undeveloped. We want nothing more for you and your young family to enjoy your home and this community as we have all these years. Yes, we understand there are inconveniences of construction projects. We also lived through them with young children at the time Tara Way was still in development. But on the upside, we were excited and anxious to meet our new neighbors and make friends. We're not asking or in need to encroach on your property, but only our rights to utilize ours. But hopefully one day we can put this behind us and move forward as neighbors. To our neighbors on Winslow Circle, we thank you for remaining neutral with our application and coming to the zoning meeting to voice your concerns regarding the water problems that you are facing. If allowed by this board to move forward, we will do everything necessary not to impact your current situation further. All these issues, I believe, will be addressed at the planning board workshop and meetings. To our supporting neighbors, we thank you, especially our direct neighbor at 244 White Plains Road, for trusting and believing what we're proposing to build. We're fortunate to have you as our neighbors and friends. To this board, we are a family with deep roots of 6 generations in this village that have always and will continue upholding the integrity of our neighborhood. We ask that you strongly consider granting us relief from these very contradicting 1999 upzoning restrictions, which have proven the hardship this would put on us after years of planning our future. On behalf of my husband, Matthew Campana, and myself, thank you for your time and your consideration.
Thank you very much. Anyone else from the public who would like to speak? Okay, seeing none, I'm going to make a motion to close the public hearing. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So the public hearing is officially closed on this particular application. As stated, we will review the information that was given to us recently, take everything into consideration that you guys have presented. I just need to make one statement. You understand the Zoning Board of Appeals' responsibility is to grant variances to codes when they are overly burdensome or restrictive, keeping in mind the detriment that it could cause to the community. So we're here to help you. So at one point, your attorney brought up things like unconstitutional and confiscatory. That doesn't fall under our purview. If you do believe that it is unconstitutional or confiscatory, you need to approach the Board of Trustees and the mayor. Thank you. That's a legal issue. That's not in front of us, Louis. So, I hear you, but we will apply the five-prong test. And that's all we are able to do on this board.
We understand that, yes.
Okay, all right.
Our intention is not to come after the village at all. That's why we're here.
No, but we spent a lot of time discussing that, and I just want to make sure that you're aware, that's, you need to go to the legislative board, not the zoning board, if you feel that is truly unconstitutional.
Well, the purpose of the zoning board is also the safety valve to unreasonable regulations.
Yes, that's the whole,
Right.
that's the whole purpose, that's my point. But we can't weigh in on the constitutionality or
Understand
if it's confiscatory or not. We can't.
Understand.
All right, good. Just want to be clear. All right, so the public hearing is closed. We will digest this, and we will see you at our next meeting, and we will make a decision at that time. I want to thank you and everyone who has presented. It's been a long road and very thorough on your part, and I think that's about all I have to say. Anybody else?
Well, gentlemen, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
And thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, as mentioned, 38 Pleasant Place is adjourned, and we have finally 283 Marbledale Road, seeking an area variance. Has the applicant decided to present tonight? All right, if you could step to the mic, please. State your name for the record.
Finding a new architect?
If you could kindly speak closely into the mic so people at home can hear you, and relax. We're not going to bite your heads
Your name
off.
and address to start with.
Robert LaBarbera, 283 Marbledale Road.
Okay. Thank you. So what have you guys decided? We covered this in the work session, just to bring the public up to speed. This applicant was before us several months back. They requested a minor variance for the exterior, and they wanted to finish up a basement area. We approved that application. They have not started work on that application. They have since come back, and they are thinking of making amendments to the application, and that's why they're here. So, if you,
Follow your recommendation and have this as our first,
yeah, you really have to speak into the mic, sorry.
We'll update the plan, I think, as you mentioned that we needed to do, the plan is not reflective of everything we discussed.
Okay,
this is gonna be our first session as you recommended to get the ball rolling.
all right.
Should we have them put up the plans at least so we can discuss the plans they are putting into the village since
Sure, why not?
we have to start?
Good idea.
So if you could do your best to, actually, he still has the stuff up there, I didn't realize. Mr. Fiore, you want to play architect and help her put that up? And what we just need is we need you to have up the sheet that shows your new plans, so the next page. There we go. So just put that up, and then we can talk about the changes you made from your previous application, and then the board will talk about what we still need to see from you. Anthony Fiore Esquire.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, and if you're going to speak from that drawing, just take the mic
Gotta
with you.
take the mic. It comes off the pedestal,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can decide one of you,
lift it up.
probably best one of you choose to speak. There we go. All right, so if you could just tell us what changed and point to the part of the drawing. If you could zoom in on the upper right corner of the drawing. Thank you, guys. Yeah, there we go. All right, so if you could just point.
Maybe
you know,
maybe describe your property in totality, what it is. It's a two-family house.
Two-family duplex, side by side.
Side by side, right.
So we would like to finish the 2 basement areas for each of the 2 units.
Right.
And we'd like to do them separately. That's different from the previous plan, where we were creating an extension underneath the existing overhang, so not increasing the footprint of the property. And it would have been 1 basement for our use. We are now changing that to be 2 separate basements, 1 for each of the 2 units.
So did I hear you correctly? So you're going to eliminate the extension in the back?
No,
No, no.
Sir, well, that's not
You
on
got-
this plan, but we are keeping the extension.
You are, okay, all
We
right.
just,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, like I said.
Instead of 1
It will be
basement, you're going
divided
to 2
into
basements.
two,
Right.
Correct.
two portions.
And on this original plan, there was 1 bathroom. Oh, no, these are, yeah, there was 1 bathroom, but we would like 1 on each side because they're 2 units, they're 2 separate units.
And as we discussed in the work session, we just wanted to have this up so the public could see it. Their original application showed an extension off the, you know, what we're looking at on these plans showed an extension to the, essentially the edge of the deck on the top floor. Yes, where he's drawing that line there. And if for some reason the architect seems to have left it off this new application. So as we discussed in the work session, you guys would just need to bring in a would need to bring in a new set of drawings that shows what you have here as well as the basement extension.
Okay.
But besides the bathroom, was there any other changes to the plan, or is that essentially it? You've got smaller bathrooms now, is that correct? You used to have 1 big bathroom, and
They're
now you
a
have...
little bit smaller. The wet bar, I think, on the plan that he had originally submitted was on this side, but it should have been on this side. And I have notes. I mean, I had
That's okay.
the changes
Okay.
on the application that we submitted.
And these 2 duplexes, they're both 2-story, they have a basement plus 2 stories each, is that correct?
Sorry.
Yeah, there's two. I think
There's the basement, the first level, the second level, and an attic.
Great. And how many bedrooms in each,
3.
3 on each unit.
3 on each unit? Thank you.
And there will be no way for anyone to access these stairs leading down to these units unless they enter the homes. And I believe you stated that the entrance to the basement would be in the dining room, correct, in each unit?
The entrance to the basement,
Yes.
this is the current existing entrance that would get you to each side of the basement. If you walk down the steps, it leads to the laundry room and then to the basement. And on their unit, 285, it's the same exact configuration. So the only way to access this currently is down this stair.
But,
And to
but-
access that staircase, you would walk in through the front door of your house, walk through the house, and then the door to the basement is in the dining room of each unit, correct?
Well, it's off to, yeah, right in that area.
But the point is, it's an interior
Of your-
staircase.
it's an interior space of
It's an
your house.
interior staircase?
It's an interior.
On both sides.
There is one
Right.
existing. I mean, currently you can access it from the yard as well.
Right, but we're just saying about the indoor staircase essentially is an interior space that's shared between the 2 floors. Okay,
Inside the existing properties.
right.
So basically, this is a 2-family home sandwiched together, and they're independent of each other,
Yes.
right? And you're looking for an independent basement for each
Yes.
side, finishing the existing basement on each side.
Yes.
All right.
And when you finish the basements, they will be independent also.
Correct.
Good, all right.
That's it?
So I think that just to clarify this, if you don't mind, and just to clarify it for the board.
Yes.
What they're asking is, there's gonna be 1 entrance from the livable space. Is there gonna be another entrance from the basement that they can get into? So, meaning, is there gonna be a back entrance to get into these basements or not?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the yard out here, so you would have.
So you can walk around in theory to the back of the house and get into this basement, am I correct?
That's the way it is now, yeah.
I understand, but what you're proposing,
It will have a back door.
okay, that's
Thank
what
you.
you're looking to get at, correct?
Thank you,
Yes,
yes.
can get to the
Okay.
yard.
Thank you, Mike, for clarifying that.
So you can exit the basement.
Yeah, we understand, we just want to understand what the entrances are, and, you know, we have, yeah. Why don't you leave it up for, do you want him to take it down, leave it up
I have no
until we're
further
done?
questions, but you can leave it up till we're done.
Yeah, obviously, as we stated, it needs to be modified, 'cause, for example, if you look at the storage space that we approved, There's no way to currently get into that storage space on these plans. Yeah, but it used to be from the interior of the house. You used to be able to walk into that storage space. That was the whole point. So when and if you find a new architect, hopefully, just pay attention to what they do with that storage unit as well.
Okay, thank
Make sure they, they match up to the original plans that we approved.
Yep,
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I got one question. For the bathrooms, is it gonna be no shower in there, right? Downstairs?
There is
Is it gonna be a shower? Just a stall, right?
No tub.
No tub, okay. So will be a shower down there too? Full bath, so,
Full baths, no tub.
on both sides, proposing for.
So much paperwork.
As far as existing bathrooms on the first and second floor, is there a bathroom on the second? The ground level floor, there's a bathroom, I would assume. And is there a bathroom on the second floor?
On 283, we have a bathroom on the first and the second.
Why don't you take?
So you'll now have 3 bathrooms if you put one in the basement.
Right. But
What about the other side?
the other side has nothing on the ground floor, it's only on the bedroom areas.
All right, so you'd have 3 on one side and 2 on the other. All right, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good night.
Thank you too.
Well, you might want to hang out.
You
just
might
a-
want to stay a couple of minutes, that's all. Yeah, thank
We're
you.
not done.
Any other questions from board members? No. I'd like to make a motion to open the public hearing. Should I open the public hearing on this or wait for the,
I think you could, I think you can.
That was the whole point.
Open it up. We're going to leave it open, so,
Yeah,
you know, might as well open it now.
I'd like to open the, make a motion to open a public hearing on 283 Marbledale Road. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so the process has begun, the public hearing is open, people will be notified, they have been notified, and whatever amendments or changes you make, you need to get to the building department ASAP, and then we can proceed with the whole process.
Mr. Chair, just for the record, there's no one else in the courtroom, so there's no one here to speak on it.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
So we're leaving the
Public hearing open, yeah.
Yes, did we leave the public hearing open? Yes.
I'm just saying you have to say it. That was all.
All right, public hearing will remain open on this, thank you. Seeing no further business, I will make a motion to close the meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, Tuckahoe.